Hi everybody. Okay, so I'm going to do a pick a card reading today. We've got pile 1 here, we've got pile 2 and pile 3. You may be drawn to 1, you may be drawn to 2, you may be drawn to 3. What I'm going to do is timestamp each pile and you can choose which one you're drawn to. But I am going to read it as a whole reading. So I will start off as pile 1, then I'll start off as pile 2, then I'll start off as pile 3, but I'll just keep going with the flow consistently without stopping the video. And then I feel I might be drawn to read it all together, but I'm getting the indication when I do this reading for you all anyway that they're all going to intertwine. So it's completely up to you. I did just record to shuffle these out, and then I started babbling on, so I thought, oh, do you know what, they're out now, I may as well just leave them and just do it this way. So excuse me. So first of all, we're going to go straight in with pile 1, and the overall message for pile 1 is patience. And if you look here how there seems to be a lot of stillness in this card, okay, and also through stillness comes a lot of light. Sometimes I feel we can rush into situations, experiences, based on, I want to say ego, okay? And I say based on ego because I feel sometimes we can make rash decisions in the moment, whereas if we just, and this will be based mainly on our emotional interpretation of that thought, okay? And I feel here it's saying, before you take the next step forward, why don't you just stand still for a moment, think about your next move, and then take that step forward? Because when you think about the move and you're in your stillness, it gives you a lot of, you regain a lot of inner power because you have that sense of being in control, okay? So let's, these are only going to be short readings, and I just want to have a look at, just get a couple of cards to interpret what the patience could mean. Now, excuse me, bearing in mind that this is a collective reading, so it's going to interpret different for each and every one of you. So I try to keep it out of a particular topic and just kind of go around the outside in my perception. So let's have a look here, and I'm being drawn to these cards. I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle because give me an idea here of the patience card. Clarify the patience card for me, for the collective, and how I can interpret this message to them. So we've got the 8 of Swords that have fallen out. And it's very interesting because where I was talking about before you take action, it's almost telling me about how, and it's no coincidence as well how I pick these cards, because the cards bring out pictures. And I always look at the swords, maybe the 8, 9 of Swords, as some form of self-sabotage or a need to deeply reflect on what the circumstance is. And if you see here, we've got the image of a mirror, okay? And if she's looking in the mirror, let's say in this moment, just before she's about to take this action forward, there's a lot of undecisive energy, unknowing, kind of feeling a bit uncertain, and that's by looking in the mirror, okay, which is an external reflection of actually what's going on inside. Because then if you look here, she's actually looking away from that, and she's taking a moment to kind of step away from that energy, which is very much, I love the word self-sabotage, because I feel we should take accountability for how we self-sabotage, because self-sabotage comes from those fears and those insecurities and those things that block us and hold us back. Whereas this is saying have some patience, reflect slightly inside, and look at it from a different perspective. Look at it from a different view, okay? So the message here is very good clarity, because what you're actually seeing is just a distorted view of actually what the truth is. So what else do we have here with patience? Eight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. And it's so, I'm just laughing at the Seven of Swords because it's deceitful energy. It's how you deceive yourself, okay? Because the Eight of Wands is actually, the way I see the Eight of Wands in this deck is the clarity's there, the truth's there, but are you going to keep going into that? And look how the sun is shining in both of these cards. So how do you it's almost like, what direction do you go in? What direction do you go in? And then you've got the Ace of Swords. So there's lots of swords energy, which talks, and it's funny because you've got the Eight of Wands. I think it's funny anyway, in the way I'm interpreting it. Because the knowledge, like I say, is there, and the wisdom is there. It's like how she's looking up here for some form of guidance, or, but this is a guidance that I feel we misinterpret. Whereas the guidance should come from within, we look outside for acceptance. We look outside for guidance. And this is saying reflect inside of you, because you have, when you look for answers or acceptance outside of you, it's an illusion. It is an illusion. So sometimes reflecting and taking time to step back and see things fully as they are, as an observer. So you kind of take time to observe the situations whilst not directly looking at the actual pain that you hold within that situation. The illusion, the insecurity, the energy of feeling stuck, trapped, manipulated, deceit. There's so many interpretations of what fear can represent. This is moving forward fearlessly, okay? Away from this, I want to say toxic, but how do we interpret toxic? And then right at the bottom, you've got the Ten of Wands. It's knowing that you're not carrying the burdens all by yourself, knowing that there is support, knowing that your path is guided, your path is lit, and you have the power inside you to take those steps towards enlightenment. It depends what you're looking for. It really does. But this is saying, if you've chosen patience here, okay, it's telling you to just be in the moment, be in the feelings, give yourself clarity, know that inside of yourself you have the power to bring about exactly what it is you want, okay? And it comes from confidence, which only can come from within. We can get approval on the outside of us, but actually it's how we feel inside. And if we feel that we are in control of ourselves, whether it's logically, emotionally, it gives us a sense of self-awareness, self-worth, deep understanding, wanting to know more, wanting to learn more, you know, being prepared to carry those burdens with you, carry the baggage of the past with you, but it's lighter because you understand, you've taken time to understand where the message what the message is and where that lesson has actually taken you, you know? So let's get an affirmation card for patience here and the interpretation, my perception, of course. Let's get some clarity here for pile 1, acceptance. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful affirmation? I accept myself and others. Acceptance means unconditional love. The angels remind you to accept everyone exactly as they are without judging, blaming, or wanting to change them. When you are totally accepting, you bear no malice or enmity towards anyone or anything. Harmlessness through acceptance is a high state of being, and this is a difficult quality for humans to embrace, for it is a divine quality. Nevertheless, the angels are drawing it to your attention now. When you are also asked to accept yourself, when you truly do so, you feel centered and confident, and your divine self is revealed. How about that for a clarity? That is absolutely amazing. Okay, well done, pile 1. You can stay on to listen to pile 2, just as guidance and advice if you feel drawn to it, or you can log off now. It's completely up to you. Okay, pile 2. Generosity. I feel this is a lot to do with, I want to say, self-worth, okay? And the way that you look at yourself, your growth, this is kind of like a form of self-acceptance as who you are, your foundations, a recognition of what you, I want to say, deserve, okay? But we all deserve something. So I want to say deserve in the vibration that you're in right now. The deserve that you deserve in the growth, okay? In how far you've come. So it's a very solid foundation. And this maple tree has obviously taken a long time to get to where it is now. So this could be also talking about, you know, what you've learned through this life, through your past, but also through other lifetimes. So I find this really fascinating because it talks about coming out strong from adversity, finding, it's always a journey, isn't it? Finding the strength that you hold within, but also the strength that emanates out of you, okay? So you already attract the right things. Now it's interesting because I can't necessarily see behind this tree, but I know that the sun's there. I know that it's almost like having that deep faith, okay? That deep trust in yourself. It's a really beautiful energy. So let's get some clarity. And where are we going to go? What cards am I going to use for you in this energy? Okay, let's go here. The wild unknown. Now that's interesting because I just said what's beyond this tree. I can't see, but there's some faith and trust that it's there. So this is self-belief, self-faith, a lot of self-control. I just see the growth. It's beautiful. So tell me about this maple spirit and generosity for pile 2, please. Look at that. We've got the Son of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. How about that for stability and foundation? But it didn't come lightly. This owl has brought in a lot of wisdom, okay? Now, the swords always represent truth and clarity. You've had to discern what is and isn't the truth to you. You've had to, it's almost like I'm getting the feeling with this Son of Swords as there has been a lot of belief, a lot of faith, and a lot of trust, not only in yourself, but in your journey and in your spiritual self. Now, whilst I see in this energy here, a lot of foundation, the Four of Wands, and look, it kind of looks like an eye to me as well. But the Four of Wands also talks about solid foundation, stability, with the Ten of Pentacles as well. So this is, I won't repeat myself, okay? I'll try not to anyway. It's almost like having, like I said, the wisdom, because owls represent wisdom, and there's the truth. It's always there. You trust it, you believe it. So it's great clarity. I'm stumbling a little bit, and I have no need to, because it's just clarifying everything that I'm saying. So what else? Tell me more about this maple spirit and what's behind that tree. There's quite a lot there. I mean, I could have taken them. So we've got the Five of Cups, uncertainty. So it could be that you're very fulfilled in, this could be a lack of trust in taking a step forward. Imagine you're at that crossroads and you want to move past where you are because you know there's more to come. But then there is uncertainty that comes with it, because it's like stepping out of that comfortable energy that you're in. So what would this represent to the collective? If I am to, so you've got the Ten of Wands and the Mother of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. And I just want to get one more. Daughter of Wands and the Temperance. Amazing. It's interesting how these all represent something to do with a birth, rebirth it could be. So this Mother of Wands here is very much in protective energy of her eggs. The Daughter of Wands represents the infinity sign, but then also the snakes represent shedding of the old, because they shed their skin. And then you've got the stalk-like thing here that brings in this, it's almost like whatever you're afraid to step into now is actually going to be the growth. Like this cocoon brings out that amazing butterfly, right? And the Ten of Wands is kind of, it's that energy of you're just about to let go of, because of all of this strength, because of all of this stability, just by making that decisive choice to move forward, gets you out of this kind of, I don't want to say it's gloomy or dark, it just gets you to see what's behind this tree, because you know it's there, yet you haven't necessarily broken out of that cocoon. Okay, so give me one more card, please. Four of Swords, healing. This is very healing. When you decisively, from your intuition, trust your intuition and take that step, it brings about a lot of healing, a lot of security, because that's what I'm feeling here. There's a lot of security and you already have the truth and the clarity. So this could be somebody, for the collective, this is somebody who is ready to take that leap, but also someone who's recognizing their strength, okay? So it's the same energy, but on two different levels. One lot of you, for example, recognizes all of this inner strength and your stability, yet you're a bit afraid to actually wander in deeper to see what's next because you're in your comfort zone. And then on the other side of the collective, you've got a collective few who are just coming or stepping into that awareness, and it feels really beautiful. So let's get some clarity on this. I really love these affirmation cards. They are, and I love the little cards because they're easier to shuffle. They're the Angels of Light cards. Honestly, I really recommend you get them. They're absolutely amazing. Okay. So let's have a look. Can we have an affirmation? An affirmation, please, for generosity here, the maple spirit, and the energy that we've just connected with. I've got a feeling there's two going to come out because I've talked about the one lot who are just about to take that leap and the one that's just stepping into this energy. But who knows? Let's see what comes out. Maybe I feel we should have two. Okay, so clarify. We've got synchronicity. All things happen in perfect timing. There is no such thing as chance in our incredible universe. The coincidences and synchronicities are carefully orchestrated by your guides and angels, so recognize them as the hand of spirit. That's talking about trust and intuition. It's talking about believing that, things are happening as they ought to. Rejoice when you notice them, for they are the angels' messages to you that you are on the right path. Start to expect them and look for them. Be aware that there is a divine reason behind them and consider what the message or lesson is. Synchronicity is also a reminder to you that all things happen in divine timing. So don't force anything. Just move forward confidently, knowing that you've got your own power. Merciful. Mercy. I am merciful, sorry. To develop the quality of mercy, forgive yourself and everyone around you. Be magnanimous to see the good in others and give them the benefit of the doubt. Open up the compassion, but most of all, access the wisdom within that recognizes the divine in every creature. When you temper your attitude to others with mercy, you offer them grace. You spread much light, joy, and freedom and empower others to find the good in themselves. Choosing this card may mean that the angels of mercy are offering you release from your pain or difficulties. Accept it graciously. And that is so amazing because in a way, I've interpreted it, and it's not because I'm just trying to, as those two different energies. This one is where you're understanding that you don't have to hold on to judgment or blame, especially within yourself. Because the longer you do, you emanate that out of you. And that's like I was saying earlier, the strength that you hold within emanates out of you. And then as it does that, it brings peace and harmony. It's that concept of what you put out there, you get back, okay? Okay, so let's go to pile 3. And what do we have here? Healing. Look at that. That's beautiful. I really love that because this is trust in, I kind of want to say, because we've got a bear there and we've got this girl, not only is it that inner power, but it's also having trust that we are all the same. We are all alike. We are all connected from the core, from the source. It's a deep understanding of seeing the beauty within everything, okay? So let's have a look a little bit more in depth there. And where am I going? I really want to go, yeah, let's go here. So clarify this healing card. Clarify this healing card for me. The Bear Spirit. Very courageous. I think it's kind of like finding a strength or an inner, a strength within yourself, which has, it's almost like the follow-on to number 2. Like I could repeat number 2 again, and it would be a familiar energy, but it's almost like you're stepping into the healing aspect of it. Because, and don't forget, healing is a long journey. Healing isn't just, okay, I'm going to heal this and then I'm ascended. No, healing comes with every lesson, every experience, and the way we change our perception to an unconditional point of view. So let's have a look at the healing. 3 of Swords. And look how she's so traumatized. Almost as if she daren't look back, because if she looks back, she sees the truth. But in order to heal, you have to look back to see the truth. And step away from those ones that cause you that uncomfortable, unhealthy pain. What else? What else? There's quite a few there. 2 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. And the 4 of Swords is healing. So it's almost like it's giving a little story here. Like if we go to the 3 of Swords, and then you have all of this stormy waters behind you, yet there's an infinite band here, okay, which determines, so you get to choose. You can either stay in that energy, okay, or you choose to come out of that energy. Not everything has to be so stormy. And this 9 of Cups represents, look at this little bee, and I love this card. It's one of my favorites because it's like the step up from the 8 of Cups. Now the 8 of Cups always looks as if somebody's walking away from these empty emotional cups that have not been fulfilled in the way expected, okay? The 2 of Pentacles represents choosing to stay in that energy or choosing to walk away from that energy, okay? It brings about a balance and a stability. Now, this 9 of Cups is almost like, okay, the universe has given me another opportunity here to walk away from what emotionally unfulfills me. So I'm going to take that cup and I'm going to start a new experience. I'm going to start a new venture. I'm going to start taking care of what is the main priority. Because if I don't look after the main priority, which is self, then nothing else around, nothing else in this person's direct existence will have the benefit of that person. You have to be fully in, I want to say balance, but I also, it's almost like your wish fulfillment. In order to gain whatever that is for you, in order to manifest or bring about what's right for you, you have to look after number 1, which is self, okay? And this is what this little bee is here. He's bringing you the message of, look, you're holding the cup, you're aware of it, so get up and go and fill that cup. And there's the 4 of Swords right here. So we've gone from the 3 of Swords, okay, to, right, I'm taking these experiences and I'm feeling into them. I'm finding the truth within myself but I'm not stuck because there's a pathway out to that door there. So at any moment now, through this healing process, and it's also protected energy. It's also the recognizing that you are protected because of that bear spirit energy. Tell me more. There you go, the Eight of Cups, straight up. So you're walking away from all of these emotional, unfulfilled cups. You're picking the one that's just being presented to you and you're like, I'm ready for this. And look how she's wearing like a wedding gown, as if I know what I want. I know what I really want in my life. And I know that I am fully deserving of what I want in my life. I'm now going to take time. It's almost like Cinderella can go to the ball, okay? Okay, sorry for that interruption. My phone memory was full. Okay, so I think what I was saying was something about self-worth and how you potentially may view yourself. So it's an acceptance. It's an acceptance of this is not the energy that you deserve. This is not who you are. And it's almost like when you walk away and feel this way, you step in to a brand new you, but you have to remain in your power and go through this healing process. And in order to do that, you have to see the clarity and the truth in what you're actually walking away from, okay? Now, let's say, for example, you're walking away from a person, an unhealthy relationship. In order for you to regain some form of self-worth, it's almost like telling yourself what in that relationship doesn't balance with you. And can you balance it out, rather than, because this is the thing, we all looking at everybody and all the situations as we are one, removing all the blame, removing all the judgment, and understanding that everybody acts in a way that they only know how. But if it makes us feel like this Eight of Cups energy here, then no, we can't. And the Three of Swords, then we need to step away from that in order to heal. So we realize that we have a choice, okay? When we realize we have a choice, we know that that healing process starts, and we can start to take the next lesson gracefully with I want to say healthier boundaries, but I also want to say if it's something that's really toxic to you, which only you will know, is to know that you don't need it in your life. You have the strength inside of you to literally cut off, sorry, there's quite a few there, to cut off anything that you do not want in that world, anything that holds you back. Because this energy that's coming about for you with this healing is absolutely amazing. Can you see it? Are we in the energy here of somebody who's really quite lost and not seeing what's outside this door, not seeing the bigger picture? Let's have a look. Tell me. King of Pentacles. Hanged Man. Six of Cups, Six of Wands. Interesting. See, this could go two ways. I'm looking at the King of Pentacles as a very grounded energy, okay? Stable, secure. The Hanged Man is, the Hanged Man normally represents seeing things from a different perspective. But also what I want to highlight here is how it looks like the Hanged Man is actually reaching for a cup. This is what I love about these cards. It's the interpretations of them in the imagery representing a different perspective, and that's exactly what the Hanged Man represents. Normally he'd be upside down hanging by his legs, but here he's embracing. And I want to say that he's taking that cup. I want to say that he's taken that cup to make it the 9 of Cups. So in order for this stability and this grounded energy, which I do feel actually is whoever is listening to this, I feel this is your energy. And I also want to say, you know, sometimes we can be tempted, although these cards these would represent normally, but not in this energy, not when I'm feeling something coming back from the past and being quite harmonious and victory. But it looks like this victory wreath here is just about to blow off. And this is why I'm perceiving it differently, because there are opportunities that present to us that can be quite tempting, you know, to step back into where we were. But actually the 6 of Wands is saying, move forward graciously towards what is right for you, but only you're going to know what's right for you, because that feeling comes from within, okay? And as this is for a collective, I'd say embrace this new opportunity that's being presented to you, and that brings about balance. You are able to receive because you believe you deserve what you receive, okay? As opposed to maybe in the past energy where, you know, you may feel like you give and give and give and not necessarily get anything back. But this is where we, and I noticed the bridge here as well, as if crossing over the bridge to calmer waters. And that's what the 6 of Swords represents. And then you've got the Queen of Cups. Emotional balance. So is this all about emotional balance? Because that's where a lot of healing takes place in the emotional body. And worth, justice. And I love the Justice card because it's law and order, right? With the sword, it's clarity, it's recognizing what is right, but also it's harmony, and using that energy of, I'm going to say law and order, because I really feel that is what I'm feeling right now. To bring about harmony in, and look how she's holding this cup as well, which to me seems really significant. And then you're the Queen with the cup. It's knowing who you are and what you want in this world and how you are fully deserving of it. And then that's when the universe brings it in. And resisting temptation and listening to your inner self. I mean, yeah, I could go on. So let's just get some clarity here on the healing card. Clarity here, because this has a lot to do with listening to your intuition, self-worth, recognizing what to walk away from. And there you go. So the first one that fell out is laughter. So it's like seeing things through the vision of what brings joy to your heart, you know. Let's just read it. I see the humour in everything. Laughter is a wonderful healer. There you go. Straight away, healer. It shakes out fear and leaves you feeling happier, clearer and more relaxed. Remember that angels fly because they take themselves lightly. So make light of difficulties and see the funny side of situations. Laugh at yourself and with others. When you relax and laugh, your angels drop in new suggestions and ideas which can transform difficulty into delight. Laughter is the sunshine which dissolves the darkness, so be merry, joyous and fun-filled. It takes you out of that energy and it's a really big healer. I have faith in the support of the universe. Faith is such a powerful quality that it moves mountains. Angel wisdom reminds you, however, not to have blind faith in people or situations. Use common sense and discernment and never give your power to another. Instead, put your faith in yourself and the higher powers. Pray with integrity from your still, wise center. And know that your request will be granted. Act as if it has already manifested. That is faith. Your angel guidance is to increase your faith in the infinite. What an amazing end. Now, I was going to do something to add to this as like a collective, but because my phone has already run out of some storage, I'm concerned that it's going to do the same. So what I'm going to do for anybody who is at this point now is just bring out one message, okay? And I'm going to pull it out intuitively, and I'm going to read it from the book. But where am I going to be called to? That is the thing. I'm going to press pause for a minute. Okay, so I've pulled out the Dragon Path Oracle cards. It was that or the Angels of Atlantis. And I felt more drawn to this because it's a lot of protective energy. So I'm going to draw a card now, okay, for the collective, and I'm going to read the interpretation from the book. Now, each set of dragons has a message before, so this is a message for the whole collective, anybody who's actually been drawn to one of these decks. Okay, so a message for all three piles, please, but just one message. So we've got Lord Cthulhu, and that is number 20. And look how he's very powerful, like the magician, and he's embracing everything that he's got there. So number 20, bear with me. So I think these are the galactic dragons. The galactic dragons are these dragons aid us on the path to spiritual enlightenment or ascension through helping us to connect vibrationally with the planet and the universe. So number 20. Okay, not very professional, but my storage again. Okay, so I found number 20 and I got really excited because I started saying, you are the change. And I just thought, oh my God, that is absolutely amazing, because of all of the energies that we felt here has been you being decisive and having a strong sense of what you want and what you move towards. And interesting how I interpreted like the magician energy, that you do have the power and the strength to move towards whatever you want, as I just repeated. When Lord Cthulhu first arrived, he lost no time informing me who he was. I am a dragon elder and spokesdragon for the Galactic Council. He went on to say, if you desire to be able to hold the energies of the 5th to the 7th dimensions, you need to be clear of all of your earthly woes and fears and your deep need for control. Your light bodies need to be in alignment with those of the earth and the astrological light matrix. Only then will you become a tool and a tuning device to lift the energy of the planet. As more of you gather together to do this work, the greater will be your chance of bringing lasting peace to earth. How amazing is that? Lord Cthulhu went on to explain why the dragons are here collectively. We have come because lasting peace is achievable on Earth. There are other galaxies beyond your human understanding, and at this time, where it has happened, we dragons are as old as the universe itself and have encountered and witnessed humanity in all its guises through the ages. You are the change. What amazing energy to end on. You guys are amazing. And talk about everyone coming together to collectively. If you have been here to listen to any of these messages, you are part of this energetical raise, okay? You're part of the healing for Earth. And it starts with yourself and how you bring that healing from yourself out into the people that, you know, we collide with. I say collide because we come into contact with. But overall, amazing energy. I'm sorry it seems to have gotten a bit darker in here now. And I'm really, really, really sorry about my technical issues, but there we go, can't be helped. Lovely. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon.